You've hit 10K or 20K a month, maybe even 50K. You're doing well, but you know that you should be 100K by now. And here's what's weird. You know exactly what you need to do. You've probably known for months, yet every week you avoid it. I've coached founders for 8 years. 100% of them who came stuck between 10 and 50K a month described the same thing. Crystal clear vision on the next move, complete paralysis when it's time to execute. And that is not a time or a motivation problem. It's a brain problem. And I'll show you what's keeping you stuck and how to fix it in the next few minutes. The truth is, you already know what you need to do to reach 100K a month. But every time you sit down to do it, you don't. You reorganize your tasks. You check Slack. You solve a problem that could actually wait. And at the end of the week, the needle hasn't moved on the most important thing you need to do to get to 100K. And this is not laziness. This is sabotage. Because if you've already hit 10K a month, you've proved that you can build a business. Your identity as a business builder is safe. But 100K a month requires becoming someone different. And your nervous system, your mind and your brain reads different as dangerous. So it creates resistance, fog, busy work, procrastination, avoidance, anything to keep you comfortable. And it's not that you can't execute, because you executed to 10K or 20K or 50K a month. It's that you're unconsciously protecting the identity that got you here. And the proof is that you can work, for instance, 12 hours on your preferred task, client work, product. That's safe, it proves your worth. But 2 hours on outreach or hiring, whatever could triple your business, feels like torture. And that's an actual pattern we've seen in hundreds of clients. Folks that promise themselves by Monday morning to do that week, but then by Tuesday, they're already not doing it. And week ends, month ends, and the revenue is still the same level. And they're not tired, they're not lazy, they're terrified of their breakthrough. So what is the growth lever you've been avoiding? Well, you know exactly what it is. The outbound campaign you need to start, the offer you need to launch, the underperformer you need to fire, the system you need to build, whatever makes your stomach tight just thinking about it. That's your growth lever. That's the most important thing for your business. And you're running away from it for months. And there's 10 tasks that you could be doing right now, but only 1 or 2 actually will take you to the next level. And your nervous system, your brain, your mind already knows which one those are because they're creating the most resistance. The tasks that don't matter, low leverage, tasks feel easy, checking email, tweaking your website, doing research, but high leverage tasks feel terrifying. Cold outreach, raising prices, firing the performance, selling before you're ready, hiring who you need. And that fear response is calibrated to leverage, not difficulty. In essence, the bigger the potential outcome, the stronger the resistance. So this is how you can leverage your mind to tell you how to get to the next level. Exactly as elite founders do it, using resistance as their targeting system. They use their to-do list of things they don't want to do as the heat map of what they absolutely need to be doing. In essence, it is about prioritizing the hardest task in your to-do lists. But the key insight is to avoid pushing through. Because willpower doesn't work. I have already tried that. What works is doing what elite founders consistently deploy and most founders have never learned about, which is reframing your relationship with pain. Because pain is a signal. Right now, you are mistaking that signal and resistance is destroying your business. You're interpreting it wrong. Elite founders feel the same resistance you do, but they train their minds to read it differently. And that training is between 10K a month and 100K a month. Because if you think that resistance means I'm not ready, something's wrong, I should wait, you're gonna get stuck. But if resistance means this matters, this create value, this is exactly what I should do, this is how you transform pain into a guidance system. This is how you actually default to leverage. And you've trained your whole life to interpret the signal backward. And every morning you wake up with that choice. You wake up between the task that feels easy, is low resistance, and it makes you prove your worth, client work, or busy work, and the task that feels hard is high resistance, is scary, but actually scale your business. You know that is task B, the one you need to prioritize. But you prioritize it with a smile on your face, knowing that as soon as you face it, you're gonna see how much more easier it becomes. Because that pain that your mind is creating artificially really is a signal that that task is important. The more resistance you feel towards something, the more you have to lean in. For instance, imagine that you need to raise your prices 2x to accommodate for inflation. The average client who is untrained on this will have anxiety about client reaction. They will start thinking about what happens if they leave, catastrophizing pain, eventually keep prices low, stay comfortable and stay stuck. But the lead founder will say, listen, I have the same anxiety about those clients, but that fear means that I'm taking myself more seriously and I'm about to level up. So that discomfort is the tax for growth. I'm just going to raise prices. I'm going to lose 2 clients. I'm going to gain 5 new clients and my revenue is going to double, right? This is how interpretation of pain actually shapes your performance and your eventual result. In essence, it's about training your nervous system to see resistance as direction, not danger. Now, how do you train them? Well, there's 3 steps to this. First is see the pattern, because you can't change what you're blind to. The second thing is to reframe it in real time. And whenever resistance hits, you need someone to challenge that interpretation because it feels like truth, not interpretation. So you reframe it. And finally, you build the reps. Controlled exposure to resistance tasks is what lets your brain learn that if you survive this, good things will happen. Most founders will never do this training. They will continuously stay stuck, interpreting resistance as danger. But you'll see resistance as direction. So when they retreat, you will advance. And that is the most important mode you can cultivate as a founder, but also as a CEO, because that's what you teach your team. In a sense, you're sabotaging your growth to protect an old identity. The tasks you're avoiding are the ones that would break you through. So you must rewire your response to that pain. That pain really is an indicator of what you should be prioritizing next. Now, you can try to do this on your own and it's gonna take a long time, or you can have a system that literally show you what patterns are you blind to. It's going to hold you accountable when your brain generates escape, which it will until you train it, and challenge those interpretations in real time. This is what we do at Selfmastered. We don't teach you tactics, you already know what to do. And we don't give you motivation because motivation is a lie. We rewire your brain for peak performance, which includes reinterpreting resistance as a guiding post towards your success. In over 8 years, we've done this with nearly 400 founders, from guys stuck at 10K to even 130 million a year. This is a universal pattern that all elite founders must rewire. So either way, stop optimizing for comfort and start optimizing for doing the real work you know is going to make you successful. See you in the next video.